And so this is practice problem number 4 for chapter 20. So here we're going to be recording the cost of labor into a company's books. So for number 1, it says incur $42,000 of direct labor in the roasting department and $33,000 of direct labor in the blending department. And it says the credit is going to be recorded to factory wages payable. So let's start off with number 1. So transaction 1. All right, there's two different things we have to do here. So it looks like two different departments are involved, or yes, they're involved with this entry here for number 1. So $42,000 of cost was incurred for direct labor for the roasting department. So whenever a cost is incurred for direct labor, that means that you have assembly workers that are, actively working on producing, getting the units produced into its finishing condition. So because of that, the debit is going to go to the work in process account. So I'm going to abbreviate it as WIP dash roasting for $42,000. And that's going to be an increase in that inventory account. Okay, WIP inventory. I'm going to put them here inventory, work in process inventory account. Okay, so this is letting you know that this labor is being, we'll say, accrued in the work in process inventory account, specifically in the roasting department. So you have people that are actively working on producing a unit and getting it to its finishing condition. Okay, the second part of this entry is going to also go to a work in process inventory account, but it's going to be to another department, and this one is going to be blending. Okay, so this was going to be debited by $33,000. All right, so two different departments are working on things. And then the credit is going to go to factory wages payable. So they let us know that the credit is going to go there. And it's going to be for $42,000 plus $33,000. So that's going to give us, what, $75,000. Okay, so this lets you know that wages or labor, direct labor, was accrued for $75,000. $42,000 was accrued in the roasting department, and $33,000 was accrued for the blending department. Okay, transaction 2. Transaction 2, it says incur $20,000 of indirect labor in production. Okay, and the credit is going to go to factory wages payable. So we're partially done with this, with number 2. So since it's indirect labor, indirect materials, and indirect labor, it's going to be recorded in factory overhead. So factory overhead is going to be debited for $20,000, and the credit, what they give it to us, is going to be factory wages payable for that same amount.